or Odyssey.com. This is 9:30 a.m. The Answer.
Portions of this hour's programming may be pre-recorded. San Antonio Wrestling Showcase is sponsored by San Antonio Wrestling Showcase on 9:30 a.m. The Answer.
This right here is the future of wrestling.
It's Sunday night, and you know what that means. It's time to go live on 9:30 a.m. The Answer's pro wrestling show, San Antonio Wrestling Showcase, with Dan Sealana.
Portions of the show are not pre-recorded. That man lied to you. The big announcer guy, he lied to you. He is a lying liar. But hopefully somebody who will never lie to you, Dan Sealana. This is a brand new wrestling show, San Antonio Wrestling Showcase. I am Dan Sealana. You can find me online at Dan for the Count. We're going to be talking pro wrestling every Sunday night at 9 p.m. And I'm here with someone you guys might recognize. You might recognize her voice. Carolina Teague from the Sports Time, host of the Sports Time right here on 9:30 The Answer. Carolina, this is the very first episode of San Antonio Wrestling Showcase, and you are here, so thank you.
What a major honor. Thank you for having me on.
You know, I'm always nervous about starting a new wrestling show. I've been in radio for a while, but every time I start a new show, I always get a little nervous on the first show. And Carolina didn't really help too much because a couple minutes ago, because we're here at the beautiful Salem Studios, 12th floor. I think we're at the 12th floor here.
Yeah.
And Carolina goes, man, you know, being up here reminds me of the Twin Towers and 9/11.
Yeah.
And I'm like, did you seriously just do that?
Yeah.
Did you seriously just is that how you get into your show?
Yeah.
When you get on the Sports Time, do you think of the worst tragedies to kind of get yourself in the sports mind? Is that what you do, Carolina?
I do. I think, well, sometimes I do, not all the time. I just think about it like during times where I'm sad and stuff, like when I'm PMSing, I usually like to think about tragedies and things like that. So right now it's one of those moments. I'm PMSing right now.
Oh, good.
I'm going through that phase. And, you know, I just so happen to be doing your show. And I started thinking about the Twin Towers. And if a plane were to crash like a couple floors before us, we kind of be screwed.
Yep. On that note, oh my God, David, producer David, aren't you glad you're here tonight? Aren't you glad that you're here with somebody as positive as Carolina Teague here?
No, she's setting a good mood.
I think so. Well,
yeah. I mean, we could think about escape routes and things like that. Like, I mean, it's not negative, you know, just me trying to think of an escape route. I think I'm ahead of the curve. Like if something were to happen, I'm like, okay, I think I know where we need to exit, you guys.
I want the plane to crash right into me.
No.
Right into me. I don't want to burn on the way down. Okay, but
congratulations on your show though.
Thank you very much. I'm sure the station's thrilled to have you here. Absolutely. But listen, we're not here to talk about plane crashes and terrorism. We're here to talk about pro wrestling. Pro wrestling. This, Carolina, this is the greatest time to be a pro wrestling fan. This is the greatest time. This is the greatest city to be a pro wrestling fan. We have so many different wrestling organizations here, so many just wrestlers who live here. And you are involved in River City Wrestling as the ring announcer.
I am. And you know what? It's fate that I'm here on the show. I've always wanted to be on your show, but you were at a different station.
Oh, a different station? You never contacted me.
I didn't know that I was supposed to. You know, I didn't want to overextend myself. Like, hey, you want to talk to me? You know, like that's kind of arrogant.
I'm sorry.
Know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, you have a show, and I'm like, hey, you want to talk to me? Like, you want to interview me? I just feel like that's kind of arrogant. Yeah. Overextending myself for no reason. So
well, here you are now.
I got the invite. I'm here now.
So I was actually
a reason.
I was there at the very first River City Wrestling when you ring announced. It was last year. It was a couple months before the pandemic. It was actually the last show that RCW did before the pandemic shut everything down. RCW. So tell us about that first time being a ring announcer. Well, first of all, how did Brandon Boom Boom Oliver choose you? Because I'll tell you about Brandon. We'll talk about Brandon in a second here. Okay. But so tell us about that first time getting in the ring and being a ring announcer for River City Wrestling.
So actually, the time that you saw me there, that wasn't my first time ring announcing for Brandon. I had actually ring announced for him prior to that at Retama
So you
Park.
lied that night. Because you said it was the first time doing it.
Did I say that?
You did.
Okay, well, maybe that was my first official time.
You had unofficial times?
Yeah, that was the first time was an unofficial time. It was like a special ring announcer thing. So I wasn't the official one. But that time I saw you, yes, that was my first time as the official ring announcer. So probably that was my actual first time, I would say, because I had to prepare and all that stuff. The first time I was in the ring, I was kicking people and kind of getting involved with the whole
You
wrestling.
kick people?
Yeah, I got to kick people, which is something ring announcers don't normally do.
Did they know you were going to kick them before you start kicking them at River City Wrestling?
Why am I'm not going to give you guys the secret.
Okay, because we know wrestling, we know the entertainment aspect of it, but I thought maybe you went into business for yourself, River City Wrestling. You wanted to make a name for yourself. You wanted to impress Boom Boom Brandon Oliver, so you started beating the crap out of people without them knowing you were.
And then I impressed him, and then boom, he was like, "You should be the official ring announcer." After this,
that's what it was.
You killed it. Yeah.
Now the night I saw you there, I think it was January 2020 at River City Wrestling, and you were having a good time there. But one of the male wrestlers, that when you were announcing his match, he went up behind you and he started sniffing your hair.
Which one was that?
Joe Biden. That's what. No, I don't know. I don't actually remember.
It's always somebody who does something like that.
Now, did you know that this was going to happen ahead of time?
No, they always surprise me with that type of stuff. They're either like, they always like try to dance with me or sniff my hair or they talk crap to me.
Well, David tried to do that to me earlier, but I don't have any hair.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's like
at least any hair they could find.
It's unexpected. Like you don't. Yeah. So they always do things that are unexpected. They're always nice surprises. They're nice surprises.
Okay, maybe I'm a little cynical here, but it seems kind of like, okay, if David, if you were a wrestler, it just seems kind of like an excuse to be like, listen, it's all part of the show. Carolina, I'm gonna do something creepy to you tonight. I'm gonna be creepy as hell.
It's a little suspect. Yeah.
You know,
they do tell me that too sometimes. They're like, hey, I might do something to you on stage that might freak you out a little bit.
But it's all in good fun.
But it's all in good faith. Yeah. And I'm like, all right, whatever, do what you have to. It keeps me on my toes.
Yeah, okay. Because you turned around, you're about to slap the guy. I don't remember who it was. I don't remember if it was Brandon Weiss or someone.
It's usually Brandon Weiss.
Brandon Weiss.
Or it's Nastico. It's either Nastico or Brandon Weiss for the most part, but
stay away from those guys.
Trinidad has been trying to has been trying to do more to me. So it's just like every wrestler kind of does their own thing.
I mean, when Joe Galley announces wrestling, do you think the wrestlers are trying to sniff his hair or anything? I don't know.
You know what?
When Carolina shows up, all of a sudden the wrestler's like, "Hey, I need to sniff her hair."
Yeah, you know what? I didn't think about it like that. I didn't think maybe Joe Galley gets his hair sniffed or whatever.
Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe
I don't know.
Probably
I
don't
know what they're sniffing on Joe Galley. All right, San Antonio Wrestling Showcase. I'm Dangerous Dan Sealana here with Carolina Teague, RCW ring announcer and also host of the Sports Dime Sundays at 10 a.m. Now, I need to confess to you, Carolina, I don't know anything about sports.
Okay.
At all.
What are you talking about wrestling?
Well,
that's a sport.
Wrestling is a special sport. It's a special kind of entertainment sport.
No, it's a sport.
Okay, but here's the thing, because like before the show started, you were very nice about you tweeted about you were going to be on the first person on the show. So people were tweeting about, 9:30 The Answer. They got all the sports talk and they tagged me. And I was like, man, I don't know anything.
You're on the spot.
You could start talking about the Spurs right now, just make up some names. And I'd be like nodding. I'm like, yeah. I saw that. Yeah.
Tim Duncan's on the Nets. Yeah.
Oh, I saw that game. Yeah. Tim Duncan.
Yeah, Tim, that was a great game. Yeah.
I saw that.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean, hold on. You need
I
to
feel
give
like
yourself,
less of a man.
No.
Even with wrestling, I still need to learn more.
No,
I need to learn more.
There's a lot of manly men that don't know sports. Okay. Let's just get that out the way. So you don't have to know sports to be a man. Okay. A lot of people that aren't men watch sports.
I am very masculine.
I know a lot of men that are not masculine that watch a lot of sports.
Okay.
So that doesn't count. A man is determined by his character. And I don't think.
Well, then I'm screwed.
I think you're selling yourself short. Oh, okay.
Well,
I think you're selling yourself short.
I'm 5'6", so I mean, if you.
Well, yeah. Well, you are short, but I'm saying like from an aspect of like not a literal aspect. Just you're selling yourself short because wrestling is a sport. You know a lot about wrestling.
I don't need to sell myself short. All I need to do is stand up, and then one would notice.
And then nobody would take you seriously because you're selling yourself short.
Exactly.
From a literal aspect.
Literally short.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Well, River City Wrestling, you'll be announcing at their next show. It's going to be RCW Breakthrough Sunday, November 14th. Yeah. And actually, if you haven't had a chance to go to River City Wrestling, you got to go. Maybe you got kids who always want you to take them to Monday Night Raw, AT&T Center, and you don't want to deal with all that noise. Go to River City Wrestling. Great prices to get in. It's a nice venue. It's a real chill like vibe. But maybe you have this idea about you're going to go to a independent wrestling show. It's going to be some dirty back alley. No, this is a nice place.
Why would Boom Boom have his stuff in a dirty back alley?
Okay.
Like, why would you say that?
Okay,
it's
Brandon Oliver, who is the owner of River City Wrestling, he's helped me in the past with media interviews, getting hold of wrestlers. So I'm very thankful that we have Brandon Oliver. But when Brandon Oliver puts on this jacket that says boom boom, something changes there.
I think
Don't
so
trust
too.
that guy.
I think so too.
His voice gets raspy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's up to no good.
Yeah.
Up to absolutely no good. So Brandon Oliver, I think you can spend time with, but Boom Boom, you wearing that jacket?
Can't spend time with Boom Boom.
You got to stay away.
Yeah, Brandon.
He's always scheming.
Yeah, Brandon.
Lying, cheating, and scheming.
That
Eddie
is a good-
Guerrero would look up to him.
That is a good point. I never knew that Brandon. Brandon Oliver and Boom Boom. That's two different people.
It is.
It is. You brought a good point out.
Do not trust Boom Boom. All right. Now, Carolina, you're doing this ring announcing, but in terms of actually watching wrestling, so you confided to me that you're not the biggest wrestling fan.
Okay, so you put that on the air.
Well, you called me short. You talking about 9/11? You did all
It's
those
okay.
things?
I don't mind that you put me.
We're gonna
on
be
there.
real
Let's just
here.
let's just you got my back. You're not
We're
gonna
transparency.
You're not gonna
Okay.
pop quiz me or anything.
But
like
you
that.
gotta at least have a little bit of affection to maybe they have to pay you first to be a ring announcer. But if they weren't paying you, if you were just watching wrestling, what kind of wrestling would you watch? What are your earliest memories of watching wrestling?
Okay, so let me just say that although I am not like a huge wrestling fan, which by the way, wrestling fans are the best fans. I always say that all the time on the Sports Time. Out of all fans, I've been to all types of events. Wrestling fans are the best. So that is the first thing that I want.
Not as creepy as you think.
I never thought they were creepy, but they all call themselves creeps. Like everywhere I go, like we're creepy, we're weird, and I'm like, you guys are just wow, like just really honest about themselves. Like just they can be honest and they say that they're creepy and weird. But anyways, like I was saying, I think my earliest memories are watching The Rock, being attracted to The Rock, which is a normal woman thing.
I don't care who you are.
Just a man or a woman. Yeah. But Rock is attractive.
I don't care if Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, walked in here. I don't care what anybody's situation is. Everyone's gonna look. Everyone's gonna smile.
Yeah,
I don't care who you are.
The Rock was attractive. So, and then I had a friend up the street. She's one of my best friends. She was obsessed with wrestling, and she had all these wrestling posters. And she'd forced me to watch The Rock because we both love The Rock together. So I did watch The Rock when I was younger, and I was obsessed with him. But I grew over the years. I started to develop a love for the WWE divas. I really love the Bella Twins. I love watching that show on VH1, and I was obsessed with the Bella Twins for a while, and I actually wanted to mimic their diet.
Who's your favorite Bella, Nikki or Brie?
I like it just depends. I
like Brie.
Nikki's kind of more. Yeah.
Nikki's kind of like, we should be on TV.
At first, it was Nikki.
That's what she sounds like.
Yeah, at first it was Nikki, but the older I got, the more I appreciated Brie.
And Nikki broke John Cena's heart.
No, I think John broke Nikki's heart. John broke Nikki's heart, straight up. I think because John didn't want to have a baby with her. John didn't want to commit to her.
John Cena wanted to have a baby. Okay, I've watched Total Divas.
Me too.
And it's real. It's not fake. It's not set up. John Cena wanted to have a baby with Nikki Bella. He wanted to have a life with her, but John Cena did not want his entire life documented on this reality show. He wanted a normal life, and Nikki Bella was like, no, I need to be on TV all the time. You're taking Nikki's side.
That I can agree with you on. I think that had a lot to do with it because John's like a robot in a sense. Like he just came off as a robot.
You know what? His earliest independent wrestling character, John Cena, was the prototype. That's not a joke. He would go, he'd say, I am the prototype.
That's really fitting.
So he is a robot. You're right.
Yeah, okay. He's a robot. Yeah. So I think that, he probably didn't want to be on Total Divas and stuff like that. And I think Nikki was a little bit prissy and wanted to be on there. I think that had a lot to do with the downfall of their relationship. But for the most part, Nikki also got her heart broken by him too, because he always said he didn't want a family. And then he came around to having a family only because she probably gave him an ultimatum and wanted to leave him.
That's sad.
I mean, I don't blame her for the breakup.
I want them to get back together. That broke my heart because now we're getting all Total Divas here. But John Cena, actually, he asked Nikki to marry him at WrestleMania. It was a beautiful moment. All right.
Yeah, and then also another person that I'm obsessed with is Jimmy Snuka. He's already passed away. I don't know if you know about that story with Jimmy Snuka. I was obsessed with that. I'm obsessed with tragedies.
Oh, yeah. I think he might have killed someone, maybe, allegedly.
He allegedly killed someone. He allegedly killed his girlfriend. And
you look up to that. That's my hero.
No, I don't look up to him. I'm just obsessed with that story. Like
you like dark stuff. You like the dark side of wrestling.
Twin Towers.
Yeah, you're into the Twin. Okay, when you say Twin Towers, you don't mean the tag team, the Twin Towers, Big Boss Man and Akeem.
No,
managed by the Reverend Slick. No, you mean the actual
No, but I want to
9/11
look them
Twin
up now
Towers.
because that's their name.
Look them up, yeah.
And I'm not saying I'm obsessed with tragedy. I'm just saying I like to get the dynamics of things. So like Jimmy Snuka was a great wrestler during his time in the 80s, and then he allegedly murdered his girlfriend, and it was just crazy how the story unfolded. He basically gave her forced blunt trauma to the
Oh
head.
my God.
The cops never found him guilty of homicide, even though the coroner said that she was probably murdered. And then Vince McMahon shut up the authorities. It was alleged he came to the authorities that were investigating the crime with a huge briefcase. They came
Wait a
back out
minute.
and then they dropped the case. So
Wait
Vince
a minute.
McMahon had something
Wait
to
a
do.
minute. Now, I don't know. We have to consult the legal department here
Allegedly.
at 9:30 The Answer. Are you alleging that Vince McMahon paid off the police to not prosecute Jimmy Snuka for murder?
Yes.
Carolina Teague, calling it right now.
Yes. No,
Okay.
it's documented really well. There's a lot of documentaries that talk about it. So that's one of the things that I found really intriguing, that he was going to have charges brought up upon him.
Before
but
he passed. Yeah.
But then when
back then, yeah.
and then Vince McMahon came around, and then
A suitcase of money can change a lot of things.
Absolutely.
If anyone wants to bring a suitcase of money to San Antonio Wrestling Showcase here on 9:30 The Answer,
We'll
I will
take
take it. We will split it down the middle, me and Carolina Teague here from the Sports Dime. So going back to this River City Wrestling Show, November 14th, RCW Breakthrough. If someone out there has never been to an RCW show, like what do you think is special about RCW versus, other wrestling organizations?
I think if you missed the last show, RCW Boom Boom, you're missing a big treat. That was probably the best show we went to. The storyline, I don't know if can I talk about storylines on
You
here?
can talk about storylines.
Okay, so the Pillars of Destiny were going up against the DFW cartel. They ended up taking off in a van outside. The whole crowd went outside to go watch them fight. It was insane.
In the parking lot there at the Grand Event Center?
Everybody ran outside.
Right next to the 410 access road. Like they were just, you guys were just, the whole crowd leaves.
So, yeah, and me and the commentary team, me, Joe Galley, and Fox, we had to stay inside. We couldn't go outside. And I was like telling people in the crowd, can you go record that?
Let me know what happened.
Yeah, let me know what's going on.
So everybody leaves.
Yeah, that was all
unplanned.
Yeah, it was all unplanned. The whole crowd goes outside. Everyone's involved. There was children crying and stuff, running to me. They couldn't find their parents. It was really, I'm not even joking. It's such a treat.
Chaos.
Yeah, chaos.
Absolute chaos.
Such a great, amazing performance. It was awesome. And then, of course, so I have no doubt in my mind that Breakthrough, I can't wait to see, what happens next. Where did the DFW cartel got thrown in a van and they took off? I have no idea where they went.
Has anyone looked for them?
I haven't. I don't know where they're at.
Oh,
they're gone.
They're doing that van life, huh?
Yeah.
Oh man.
So I don't know what's
hanging out with that laundry kid, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God, I hope not. Jeez. Speaking of tragedies, right? Oh gosh. That's the theme of today, tragedy.
I know,
right?
very
For the first
dark.
premiere
You realize,
episode,
I come in here and I try to be positive and I'm like smiling, but I have this dark heart. It always goes back to a dark place. But man, RCW. So you're saying we go to RCW Breakthrough November 14th, like it's too much action. It may not even be contained in the ring. Like they may be fighting all over. Maybe the Denny's. No, there are Denny's next door. There's a whole bunch of there's a whole bunch around there. Man, be fighting down 410.
Right.
Everybody gets in a bus, goes down. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm here for it. I'm here for all that. So whatever what happens at Breakthrough, I'm so excited. And I cannot wait. Like, it's just going to be so much fun. It is so crazy. That crowd needs to be sold out because you really are missing a treat. Like, we weren't expecting that.
Absolutely. So Maddie Rakowski is going to be there. Yeah. Maddie is just killing it all over Texas and country. Actually, she's been on AEW a few times. Camille, NWA World Women's Champion. You get a chance to meet the World Women's Champion. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, those women are awesome. I love, just interacting with them, and they motivate me to stay in shape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe I got to start going to these wrestling shows. Maybe I'd actually start doing some exercise. I don't know. So, okay. Looking forward to that.
Me too. I cannot wait.
So,
I cannot wait.
Who do you think is going to try to sniff your hair at this show?
I think if anything, it's probably going to be Brandon again. Brandon Weiss always sniffs my hair. He always tries to slap me, or he always likes to take my microphone. He always tries to do something. Or Nastico too. He's always, up to no good. So it's either Brandon Weiss or Nastico. They're always up to no good. So I'm gonna roll the dice on them.
All right.
Yeah.
I gotta go. Because I gotta see all this stuff. I gotta see all this stuff.
You have to go. Why did you go to the last one?
I don't know. Why didn't I go?
I know. Why didn't you?
I think I was still sort of scared of being. I'm just slowly coming out of my shell at this pandemic. I got my 3rd shot, so I'm finally starting to feel more comfortable.
Okay, that's understandable.
And I don't really like being around people, but I'll go to a wrestling show. Like it's just there's like 4 people in this room right now. This is like 4.
Too much.
It's like
Too much.
I usually can't even stand being around myself. But this is I'm getting used to it.
Yeah,
I'm growing, not just my stomach, but I'm growing as a person.
But not your height because you're 5'6".
Yeah, 5'6" and a half sometimes.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
I mean, if I stand on my tippy toes, all right. I'm Dangerous Dan Sealana. This is San Antonio Wrestling Showcase on 930 The Answer. I'm here with 930 The Answer's own Carolina Teague from the Sports Time, Sundays at 10 a.m. So I want to thank you because you did your, I think, pretty early morning show this morning, and you came back tonight.
Oh, I wouldn't change it for the world.
Oh my God.
I'm so honored to be here. You have no idea how much this means to me. I've always been a huge fan of, what you guys had going on at the other station.
At the other place, yeah.
Yeah, you guys have been doing an incredible job. So having you here is a treat, and we feel honored and grateful to have you here. So I can't wait to see what you have coming up.
Absolutely. This could be fun. With this show, it's called San Antonio Wrestling Showcase. It's not about me. It's not the Dan Sealana show. I'm the host, but I really want to meet wrestlers. I want to meet wrestling fans. It's not about me. It's about y'all. It's about the wrestlers. I want to meet every wrestler who lives in San Antonio, whether it's wrestling star or soon to be star. I just want to support the wrestling community,
right? Because
like I've said, San Antonio is such a wrestling city. It has so much wrestling history. And one person that I have to mention in terms of San Antonio wrestling history is one of the greatest of all time, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. Now, Carolina, he's from San Antonio, Shawn Michaels. Now, you would assume that everybody who lives in San Antonio probably loves Shawn Michaels, right? Okay. Not everybody.
Okay. Who?
Some people actually don't like Shawn Michaels.
Like who?
Well, if you look over this way toward our audio engineer,
he doesn't.
David
doesn't.
David,
like
how long have you been living in San Antonio?
20 years.
20 years in San Antonio, and you confide into me that you do not like Shawn Michaels.
He broke my heart when he's
the Heartbreak Kid.
Well, that's a good point. But when he took out Bret Hart, I stopped watching wrestling.
So why were you rooting for Canadian Bret Hart over Shawn Michaels? Are you sorry about that?
I know.
Are you sorry?
I am.
You should be sorry.
I am now. Yeah.
What if if Shawn Michaels ever comes on this show, I'm gonna call you out. I'm gonna say, this guy's not a fan of yours. He's one of the greatest of all time.
I'll have to deal with that. I'll have to own it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's true.
Now, other San Antonio wrestlers, you actually got a chance to interview.
Who have I interviewed?
Hold on, I'm thinking of the guy's name. I blocked this guy's out. Alberto Del Rio.
Oh yeah, I did interview Alberto Del Rio.
And that's okay.
That was pre-page.
Pre-page.
No, they were at the cusp of their breakup.
Now, Alberto Del Rio's got a mixed sort of reputation.
What does that mean? Mixed.
Well, Google him sometime.
I mean, I have. I mean, he has his alleged domestic violence allegations and things like that.
Did you have pepper spray with you during the interview?
No, he was really nice to me.
Okay.
I think people are threatened by my presence. You know what I mean? Yeah, because I think a lot of people fear me. And Alberto Del Rio is one of them. Like, you can walk into a room and you have that energy. We're like, you know what? I'm cool with you, but don't mess with me. I think I'm one of those people.
So Alberto Del Rio, he was scared of you.
Nah, he just respected me.
He respected you.
Yeah, he respected my gangster 100%. He knew I didn't have to bring pepper spray,
Did you have it ready just in case? I mean,
no, I got
allegedly.
I got these right here. I got these 5.
Oh, you got the claw. Oh, you got
I got the knuckles. You know what I'm saying? That's all I need.
Got the knuckles.
Alberto Del Rio was really nice to me. He's really kind. He had a huge presence. A lot of girls were in love with him when I interviewed him. A lot of girls were in my live stream just going crazy. They love Alberto Del Rio. Like, they just think he's so attractive.
If he ever comes to this show, I mean, I have mixed feelings about whether I would allow him on this show. I think if we bring Alberto Del Rio, are we guys, producers, can we handcuff him to, is there something heavy we can, just one hand though? I don't want to be rude. I just kind of want to make sure just everything's cool.
I think if that needed to be, we could rig something if it had to happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think you'll be fine. I think he's a kind person. Just don't mess with him. That's just what it is.
You're like, you're not in jail, right?
Right. And then he'll get bothered. He might punch you in your face, allegedly.
He'll throw me out this 12-story window here.
Yeah, and then we won't need a plane to crash on the 8th floor.
I don't know.
You'll have other ways.
We'll have to check with legal about that. We'll bring security up. We have Alberto Del Rio. Oh my God. But someone we don't need security for because you have your own security, your claws.
My claws
Your
are my
claws.
security.
Carolina Teague, where can we find you online?
You can find me at Carolina Teague _ on Instagram and on Twitter. And you can find me on live stream every Sunday from 10 to 11 a.m. right here on this station, 9:30 a.m. The Answer. I got a show called The Sports Dime, and I just bring it every single week.
Bring it.
And my guy Shemai is here. Shout out to Shemai. He's a producer as well.
Yeah.
And we're over here, just pulling a all-dayer.
You are. Thank you so much. And we can see you Sunday, November 14th, RCW Breakthrough, River City Wrestling. You will be ring announcing and maybe having your hair sniffed and all that kind of good stuff.
Absolutely. Come and see me get my hair sniffed. Come and hang out with me. You can sniff my hair too if you want to. I
you
really
don't wanna
don't
say
care.
that.
Yeah.
She doesn't mean
Anybody
that.
can do whatever they want to do.
David will be
Just
there.
Get your tickets. Cop your tickets.
You got to get the VIP seats if you want to sniff her hair.
Yeah, you got to get the VIP. You got to be in the front row if you want to sniff my hair. I'll let you do it. But you got to pull up, show some love to local independent wrestling. Shout out to River City Wrestling. My guy, Brandon Oliver, I love him to death. So thank you for having me on.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming on. And I'm Dangerous Dan Sealana. Going to be here with you every Sunday night, 9 p.m. right here on 9:30 The Answer. This is San Antonio Wrestling Showcase. We will see you next week talking wrestling, 9 p.m. on 9:30 The Answer. Have a very good night.